А я переключил Doom на самый легкий режим, почти прошел его.
Ты его
Ска-
купил или...
Нет, пират. Я, в принципе, рад, что я его не купил. Мне он не нравится. Первый как-то был получше.
Ну, не первый, предыдущий, наверное.
Ну, предыдущий, да.
Да, мне вообще первые два нравились. И новые я не признаю вообще.
Первый
Ну,
был
почему
плохим.
нет? Да нет, игра хорошая. Там, знаешь, вот оно все построено на том, что ты вот постоянно должен что-то делать, что-то куда-то суетиться, прыгать, скакать. Ну, зачем?
Ну, как вот гейский Rage 2, точно то же самое.
Ну, вот очень
его нафиг.
напомнил, да. Ну, вот смотри, там, к примеру, на максимальной прокачке дробовик — это 24 патрона. Двухстволка, да? То есть ты выстрелишь, дели на 2. 12 раз. То есть ты там выстрелил, там 12, там 5 раз промахнулся, все, ты без патронов вообще. Тебе надо включать бензопилу, искать какого-то слабого моба, на которого одна бензопила требуется, одна канистра. Подбежал, запилил, там, переключился, опять. Вот столько ненужной суеты, вот это меня, честно говоря, очень напрягает.
Больше всего убивает это радужный лут этот.
Я вообще не понимаю, зачем это сделали. Витастое все такое.
Зачем он вообще вываливается? Сразу бы в инвентарь падал, да и все.
Ну, для красоты. Красиво.
Ну да, гейская вещь такая.
You can't sell that book on the
Радужная.
black market anymore.
Какие лица на экране.
We know you're planning on selling at one of Lord Mortimer's parties. All right? Just tell us who the
Ну,
buyer
тем
is and we
не
can make a
менее,
deal.
Киану
Doom,
Ривз
You've no
похож.
idea of the trouble
Ну,
you've gotten yourselves into.
что-то, по-моему, не очень.
Oh, but you
Скулы
will
не
tell me
такие
where it's
широкие.
hidden. I
Что-то в
can
лице
promise
есть.
you that.
Ну да.
Ну, верхняя часть лица может.
Из
прической.
Дракулы. Киану Ривз.
Stop annoying our host, Louis.
Только
Son,
очень тощий.
didn't what happened to you in Rome teach you anything?
Это
Just a
детектив.
few more minutes and my
Ну,
concoction will
это
be ready.
интерактивка, короче.
А,
This,
как это?
your
20?
bodies will
игра,
dissolve
да?
in less than
Ну
4
да,
hours.
типа того. Но, блин, я не помню там что. Тут, кстати, у нее модель распространения прекрасная у игры. То есть она главами
You
выходила.
know, I have to admit, Mother, the only thing you've ever
Сейчас
taught me
целиком.
is that damn
Должна быть
monitors
целиком.
Целиком.
always remain rational.
Там, короче, интриги,
I got it.
расследования.
I've opened our shackles.
Игра вот про это.
I'll take care of him.
То есть
Bob Burchard,
можно не доиграть несколько глав и
Bob Burchard.
получить одну из концовок.
listen.
Насколько я помню. Если я
Let's make a
правильно
deal.
помню.
Я посмотрел сейчас на обзор на
I'll tell you where the
ютубе.
book is.
Да,
If you let my
там
mother go
очень
free.
много от решений зависит. Написано.
Don't worry, Mother.
Рассказывал
You want to play the
стример
hero.
там. Обзорщик.
Pity you're not in any position to do so.
Ну да, игра
В
в этом
в
плане.
минусы игры записал то, что придется ходить по одним и тем же локациям. То есть там буквально
Alazif.
в первый час игры ты откроешь все. И дальше придется породить по этому особняку туда-сюда,
Please,
назад-назад.
be my guest, Mother.
Ну так а причем тут это пофиг на локации, они тут не главные. Ну, в принципе, перипетии сюжета, вот это да. Они тут сложно сделаны. Я вот как смотрел там, как же его,
Well done,
как
Louis.
Вицит играл.
Нифига
Фига
именно.
себе, у него селище, такой стульчик,
How do you
такой
feel, mother?
хлюпик поднял.
Couldn't be better. He's
Там он
alive,
должен
so
весить,
I
как
can
я не
question him
знаю,
after we get
что.
back.
Не больно тяжело.
Pity he's
Что?
just a middleman.
Ну почему, если дерево
Means I haven't
настоящее, то
finished
там он
with
как
this
раз
case.
будет
Oh,
такой.
I had a feeling you'd be running
увесистый.
off on one of your adventures again, Mother.
Дерево не
What?
очень
I
тяжелое, а
warn
вот
you, this time
лакированное
I'm coming
дерево
with you.
из
Железное,
золота.
если
Тут
бы
как бы-
стальное
Even
было.
though you impress me more and more,
Да ладно,
I
Файмус,
have
ты
to
чё?
do this on my own.
Mother,
Да не, оно
You're
типа
no spring
креслица,
chicken
она
anymore.
должна быть тяжеленькая.
Come on, let's go home.
Даже
And
если
don't
оно
forget to
20
send our
килограмм
note
весит,
10
им
to
можно
Von Borchardt.
взмахнуть легко. Оно не весит 20 килограмм, никак. 10 килограмм максимум.
Ну да, в принципе, табуретки не очень большой, так что мог и махнуть.
Что-то мы завеску пропустили. Что произошло-то вообще?
Да вы так увлеченно разговаривали, что это
Я
даже
не видел,
совсем
что
не
стрим
удивительно.
пошел.
Я же сказала, я запустила.
Не-не,
У меня звук выключен был, я и не понял.
Я в Дискорде сказала. Как бы вот. Просто вы очень были увлечены. А теперь
Блин,
мучитесь от...
вырвались.
это начало
мучитесь.
было.
Мучитесь от незнания.
Это
мы-
делало, то есть там, в принципе,
Теорию высказывай. Ну давай, Варган, расскажи.
ну, это
Так,
самое
не
начало
подсказывай.
было, оно...
Хватит спойлеров.
Я вообще молчать сейчас буду, нафиг.
Просто не
Да.
подсказывай деду.
Не, я вообще молчать буду, вы перебиваете. Ну вас нафиг. Посмотрел спокойно на игру в
Нет,
очередной раз.
нет.
Это проект или как вообще?
Нет, вроде. Ой, я не помню, это смотреть надо. Игре уж там года 2 или 3.
Разве? Мне кажется, не
Да.
больше 2.
Ой, да ладно, я, по-моему, в 16 году и видел уже в Стиме, там предзаказ на меня был.
Просто
I'm
Два или
первый раз
три
слышу.
find you once again,
Ну,
slogging through the
ну и
caves
зря.
beneath the island.
А видишь, в чем
Searching for
дело?
some
Это
long-lost
маркетинг, то есть
mystical
вот
object
игру эту особо
that you
никто
just
не
can't live without.
Да
пиарил.
хоть
I'm
бы
already
стримил
hating
бы,
this.
я даже на
All I've
стримах не
done is
видел.
think about it.
Стрим.
Или
Висит стримил, например. Вот. Плюс еще тут пару раз попадалась мне игра вот эта вот за консоль. И на ютубе там дофига по ней прохождений. В принципе, много. Ты просто не заинтересованный. Игра вообще вот это вот одна из немногих хороших, которые попадаются, это да. То есть такие игры, они как бы редкость. Вот это хоть и интерактивка, которая вот никак просто, но тем не менее. Сама по себе она неплохая.
Блин, я все прослушала.
Ну и ладно, там ничего интересного.
Your Eminence, with all due
Читай
respect,
титры.
I prefer to keep my reasons for coming here to myself. I promise, it has
Ну
nothing to
как
do
ничего
with the
интересного,
legendary
оно в
party
принципе
that
полезное,
all appear
но
to be
тебе пока
preparing
не
for.
очень надо.
Believe what you will, my son. However, everything is related to the legendary.
Фильм, конечно, болтать будем, но в сюжет сейчас не вникнем вообще.
Yeah, I'll be the judge of that, Cardinal.
Anyway, consider yourself fortunate, young man, because there are many who
Могу
dream
совет
of
дать,
simply
никому
one
не
day
доверяй,
setting
никому
foot
не
on this
говоря
island.
об
And only a
истинных целях.
very few ever make it. Indeed, I imagine this must
Он
be
так
your
любит
first
свой
time
путь
here.
перейти, походу,
Опять
всю
вредные
дорогу.
советы.
Нет, не вредно, это один из редких советов, когда я говорю, точнее, даю хороший, один из редких
And you,
случаев.
Duchess? You seem to be quite
Порадуйся,
accustomed
Файнус.
to things here. Am I right?
I do not think that one can ever get accustomed to what Lord Mortimer prepares for his guests. But you are right. This is not the first time I've been on this wharf.
If you've come back again, I imagine you must find it to be of some interest.
Here, everything is possible if you make the right choices. It really is up to you whether you leave better off or not.
Please excuse me if you find me overly curious, young man. I did not mean to cause you any embarrassment. Come, Duchess. They are waiting for us.
We're moving, Monsieur de Richet, if you would like to join us.
I'm coming, Duchess. A cardinal? A duchess? I wonder if all the guests here are this prestigious. If I'd known, I would have gone for a better suit.
Are you alright?
Мне вот интересно, что там Файнес боялась прослушать, если озвучка английская.
В смысле? Я прочитать не смогла, отвлекли.
Ну, вообще-то можно слушать и читать одновременно.
Mother? Oh shit, your hand!
So,
Другое дело, на что
Okay,
ты свое
it's done.
внимание
did
переключишь.
you put it in a safe place? Yes. I made sure no one was following me. Don't worry, Sarah, no one's going to find it. Are you absolutely sure? Yes, I'm sure. Right. Just one thing left to do.
No, Mother, no, don't!
What? Have you lost your mind? There's no other way. If you kill me, you won't find it. That is the point, my dear.
No one must ever put their hands on it again.
No. But I trusted you.
No, Sarah. Don't. No. No! You can run if you want to, Sarah, but you will pay.
Hugh.
Louis, are you all right? What's going on? Here, take this.
I'm sorry.
Keep it. Are you better?
I'm fine. Don't worry. It's getting late. Why don't you go on ahead and I'll catch up with you, okay?
Are you sure?
Yes. I'm sorry. I'm sure, yes.
Fine.
I definitely have to find Mother quickly. Am I going crazy or what?
Прям
This can't be
интрига.
real. The Duchess arrived with me. What's happening to me?
Письмеца какие-то лежат. Почему нельзя взять?
I absolutely need to find you, Mother.
Где-то что
Походняк.
ты там скинул?
Буратино подобный. Это Doom Eternal.
Louis, during the trip, I had something I wanted to ask you, but we didn't happen to run into each other.
Yes, Duchess?
I'm not sure if you remember, but we've met before. At that time, you were of two minds as to your choice of career. Tell me, what have you been up to since?
А, так это ж этот... кошачий рейд он делал.
Детектив, дипломат, оккультист. Это что? Кем ты
Класс.
выбираешь
Да.
стиль действия? Я бы... Ну, ты кого будешь брать?
Я вообще склоняюсь к оккультисту. Или детективу.
Я бы взял
детектива.
детектива. Оккультист — это шарлатан.
Вот именно. Мастер обмана.
Ну, вообще у оккультиста он как бы разнюхать может тоже больше. Они тут все, в принципе, больше разнюхать могут, но только по своей. Так что вот с каким уклоном
Профильная
игра будет.
специальность.
Ну да, то есть с каким уклоном вообще игра будет, вот выбираешь. Я советую детектива для начала.
Вот ты вредный, Варгрин.
Что? Там, в принципе, он...
А,
как
можно
тебе объяснить?
посмотреть навыки. О,
Бери детектива, файно. Не мучайся. Ну или можешь лучше оккультиста тогда взять, если хочешь совсем, чтобы все хорошо было.
здесь просто у этого оккультиста есть кража. Просто тут вскрытие замков-то не понадобится, интересно.
Вообще тут все понадобится. Все три можно взять, но дают только одну, поэтому бери детектив.
Варгрин, в общем, если что, во всем виноват ты.
Нет. Мое дело предложить. Вот так.
Так, что-то я не поняла, мне доступен... А, мне доступен 3 очка навыка? Или 7? Блин.
Well, over the last few years, I've solved a number of crime cases. Like the chauffeur d'Angers, for example. Thieves that tortured their victims with burning embers.
Charming. How did you catch them?
I told the most cowardly one that the others had given him up.
Ah, and I wager your thief suddenly started to talk.
You wouldn't believe it. He told us everything. The jobs, the stashes, the names of his partners. Couldn't shut him up.
I heard about that case, but I didn't know you were the one who solved it.
I'm flattered that the news made it across the channel. And you've got a darn good memory, Duchess.
Well, they say I have the memory of two people. But please call me Emily.
Fine, Emily. Tell me, I was actually helped on that case by my mother. You wouldn't know her by any chance?
Wait, Louis. We've already met. You do remember me, don't you?
How could I forget a woman such as yourself?
A woman such as me? What a sweet talker you are. Remind me of how we met?
Давай, вырубай дедукцию.
Don't you remember? We bumped into each other at Mesmer's show in Paris.
Предполагать
That
только
fraudster had even bamboozled the Marquis of Lafayette.
You too, apparently, because I've never been to see him.
Ouch. Well, that didn't work.
Right, time to go to the manor.
Как же так, Файнус?
I ask her a question, she answers with another. Is she playing with me?
Обнаружена слабость. Это какая? Отвечает вопросом на вопрос?
Не-не-не, здесь... Устойчивость либо слабость.
Emily, please excuse my insisting, but you still haven't answered about my mother. Do you know her?
You'll see, Louis. Everybody here knows Sarah de Richet.
I don't know where we're going like this, Emily, but you're connected to my mother one way or another. And if I can believe my vision, you don't have much of a place in her heart.
Ой, он даже типа бегать умеет.
Good evening, sir. May I ask your name, please?
Louis Moras de Richet.
Monsieur de Richet. Delighted to welcome you among us, sir. You must be Sarah de Richet's son. I must tell you we are doing our utmost to find your mother as
Что не
quickly as
маска
possible.
What can you tell me about the disappearance of my mother?
2 weeks have passed since Sir's mother went missing. All the staff here have since been busy searching every nook and cranny of the island. But Sir may rest assured, we shouldn't be long in finding her.
And just what have you found so far?
It would seem that Sir's mother may be hiding on the island and regularly changing her location. But no one seems to know why she would find this behavior necessary.
What do you mean?
On several occasions, we have found leftovers of food, a few of her things, or even traces of campsites. The reason why we're searching the wharf again is because lights were spotted there last night.
Where we are now?
Indeed, sir. According to our information, lights were seen in the middle of the night, sir. After verification, none of the guests seem to have left the manor last night. We think that perhaps Sir's mother was here.
Did anyone see anything else?
Unfortunately not, sir. Only lights were seen by servants of the manor, sir. And as I was saying, sir, all the guests were asleep, and no one seems to have noticed anything at all. We seem to have found an object that would appear to belong to Sir's mother. A handkerchief. The handkerchief is embroidered with the initials SDR. We came to the conclusion that they are the initials of Sir's mother, Sarah de Richet. I have orders to give it to Lord Mortimer as soon as I see him.
I know my mother. She's not the kind to go for a midnight stroll on the wharf for nothing. I've got to find out what the hell she was doing here. Where exactly did you find the handkerchief?
On the landing dock, sir. The one you arrived by.
Give me the handkerchief. I'll personally show it to Lord Mortimer.
Well,
I've traveled hard for several days in order to get here.
Yes, but...
Invited by your master.
No, of course, but...
Because my mother went missing right under your nose.
Sir, please.
And having only just arrived, you refused to give me her personal belongings?
Of course not, sir. It was never my intention to contradict, sir. Here you are. I must return now. It is still much to prepare in order to welcome all the guests.
It is indeed your handkerchief, Mother. You must have come here for a specific reason. I need to know what it is. Let's think. What could she have been doing out here on this wharf?
Что, собственно, означают эти интересные три точки? А, понятно.
Locked. I'll never get it open bare-handed.
Отмычка нужна. Вот Варгарин.
Что?
Говорила, надо было вора брать.
Нет, я тоже детектива, но если хочешь, чтобы заснять. Лёша культист.
Must be an incredible view from up there. Impossible to
Вот,
set
ты
foot on the
выбрала
island
вора.
without being seen from 300 meters away.
Ой, в смысле этого детектива.
Так, надо брать оружие.
Looks like a bar from an old gate. This miserable old bar has been broken fairly recently. The edges are still clean.
Чувак,
And the tip
хватай
is
пруд.
blackened.
Кого-нибудь
Without
будем
announced
бить,
the
дать
contract,
и вообще.
I put my money on cannon powder. This might just come in handy.
О, мне уже он нравится. Он
A sack of seeds.
берет все, что
No one seems to
нужно
have used him.
прихватить. Отлично.
Потому что это детектив.
Да ладно, оккультисту даже это важнее.
Some rope. Apparently no one's touched it for a good long time. A lantern. Nothing special.
О, теперь он, значит, может тут
Let's see what's
лазить.
hidden inside. Ah, one of the letters is stamped with the seal of the order. And I recognize your handwriting anywhere, Mother. But who is this Samuel Ritter d'Auchois? Who are you writing to? I don't recognize the name. Let's see what's inside this
Чувак,
letter.
открывай письмо, читай.
So,
Чего стесняешься?
Dear Samuel, my stay on Lord Mortimer's island is going wonderfully well. As I find myself in such charming company, I plan to stay a few more weeks. Would you be so kind as to send me a gift that I'd like to give to our old friend Manuel Godoy? I would be most grateful. I have been told that he is going to join us here soon. I would like to mark the occasion. Thank you in advance. Yours devotedly, Sarah Faustine de Richet.
what is your game here, Mother? Secrets, always more secrets. You never talk to anyone using language like this. Something's going on here. Who is this Samuel Ritter? And for crying out loud, who is this Manuel Godoy that you keep bringing up? Think. Godoy. Manuel does that name sound so familiar? I'm guessing he's a man of some importance. Spanish, I'd say. But just can't put a face to him. Well, hope we meet to talk about it soon, Mother. I don't know what you've gotten yourself into this time, but I'll bet you've got a lot to tell me. Let's see what's hidden inside. Let's look. A letter written in an Oriental language. I haven't the slightest idea what it says. It's too badly written, I can't make out the address. The address is 50 Bedford Square, London. A letter written in an Oriental language. I haven't the slightest idea what it says. The addressee's in Sao Paulo, Brazil. That reminds me, it's about time the order sent some envoys there. Probably a Dutchman. An address in Cairo, Egypt. Mortimer communicates with the whole world, apparently. This envelope is meant for the Vatican. This name sounds familiar. Plashi.
Опять он никого не узнает. Что ж такое-то?
No. Can't seem to place it.
Ну, потому что чужие письма.
Это не важно. Вдруг там что-то важное было, а что я прочитать не смогла.
This chest might belong to Duchess Hillsborough. Looks like the barrel's been broken for quite some time.
Так, все что ли я тут смотрела? Блин, ну только застревает непонятно в чем.
Latin inscription. En nessis, mi fili quantilia produncia mundus ergatur. How did Mortimer manage to build his manor at the top of a rocky outcrop?
Ну что, файн. Убедилась, что детективом поинтереснее играть.
Не уверена, он что-то никого не узнает.
Impressive.
Ну так в этом все и дело.
my son. I was looking for you.
Дами не будет
What can I
узнавать.
do for
Тебя
you, Your Eminence?
эти
I
подсказки
wanted to ask you.
всякие разные будут
You are the
попадаться, и
son of
вот
Sada
от
Dedic.
выбираемого,
You
от
see,
выбранной
your mother
профессии
and I
будет
were
зависеть,
supposed to meet
что
here
именно
on
он
this very
сможет
spot.
использовать, а что
I
именно...
was supposed to hand her a very important envelope, but I haven't seen her.
Ну и вообще
Only mother
детектив, он
had
как бы
told me
такой,
why she was coming here.
как тебе объяснить-то?
Anyway,
Он единственный
How to
может
take the envelope?
адекватно
It
драться
might have
из
something
всех.
to do with her disappearance.
Вот так.
Listen,
If it will help, you can always give it to me.
А тебе оно понадобится. Может быть.
Thank you, my son. I'll bear that in mind. I'd rather deal with her directly. Don't take it personally. Would you happen to know if your mother has arrived yet?
Certainly, Your Eminence. Mother got here some time ago. I was hoping to find her when I arrived, but given the hour, she must be asleep by now.
Right. I shall see her tomorrow then.
By the way, Your Eminence, I wasn't aware you knew my mother.
Ah, if you only knew, my son. I hold your mother in the highest regard. She has rendered great service to the church, and her help is invaluable. I hope that you will follow in her footsteps.
If only she had told me where she was headed.
Nonetheless, our exchanges have always been discreet, and I should like them to remain as such. If your mother wishes to speak to you about us one day, I will not mind if she does so.
That is very commendable. But since we work together on a daily basis, it's surely just an oversight.
Most certainly. You said you work together. What do you do exactly?
My mother and I belong to the same secret organization, the Golden Order, which I joined a few years ago. Mother trained me, and I assist in her research. In other words, you can trust me.
My child, you are telling a perfect stranger that you and your mother work for a secret society. It would seem that discretion is not one of your specialities, my son. You will understand that it does not encourage me to put my trust in you.
Shit! All the same, it bothers me to see you in a quandary, Your Eminence. Is there any other solution? Look, if it's of any help, you can always leave your envelope with me, and I'll give it to her as soon as I see her.
I hesitate. Up till now, we have always dealt with her in person, and that has always been successful. Do you think I should give it to you?
Only you know that, Your Eminence. If you're asking me if you can trust me, or if I can keep a secret, I would answer yes, absolutely.
I understand.
In truth, it all depends on the nature of the contents of your letter.
It is a list of names.
This list must be of extreme importance.
Ah, if only you knew. It's a list of people that your mother must help. Listen to me, my child. If I give you the letter, can you promise me before God that no one other than your mother will read it?
I swear by the Almighty God to honor the promise that no one but my mother shall cast her gaze upon your letter.
Good. Listen, let's stop there. I'm going to tell you a secret, Monsieur.
Так, надо письмо
Your
открывать
mother and
срочно.
I are organizing the escape of a large number of French priests who face a massacre organized by the accursed Republican tribunals. The church is literally being bled like a beast. Without your mother, hundreds of men of the cloth would have gone to the guillotine. She has made the services of your
Это откуда
order
такие выводы?
available to us by
Там
organizing
что-то
a priest's
интересное
safe passage across the
написано.
border.
Важное, нужное.
Even if she does not share all her convictions, she always provided assistance. Young man, you can be proud to be her son. Be it only for her sake. Always respect your name. Here, the letter I spoke of. It includes a list of about 15 names ready for departure. Be quick. Remember to tell Sarah when you see her that time is short.
Well played. I'll decide later when I'm alone whether to look at what it contains.
Lives of the noble Greeks and
Файнс, тебе
Romans.
предлагают
Plutarch,
зачитывать
a biography of the great men.
текст. Не хочешь?
Как-то не горю желанием. Слишком много диалогов.
I thought my chimney was big, but this one is beyond belief.
Ну и да ладно,
It's the
где
least one
много?
can
Всего-то
say. I've
пара-тройка
been
минут
longing for a
и
warm fire for
всё.
ages.
Since I set foot on the island, I haven't ventured more than 2 yards away from it.
Have you also just arrived?
Oh, late morning, I'd say.
Louis, come join us. Monsieur, may I introduce you to Monseigneur His Eminence Cardinal Piaggi? He joins us straight from Rome.
Oh, just call me Your Eminence. It's simpler.
George Washington, President of the United States of America.
Delighted at last to make your acquaintance, Mr. President.
Pleased to meet you, Mr. President. Louis Moras de Richet. It is an honor to meet you.
Young man, let's keep it simple, please. Let us forget our fancy titles. Nice to meet you, Louis.
I should imagine you never thought you'd be in such company.
I must admit that I didn't. It's the first time that I've ever met so many illustrious personalities.
And you haven't seen anything yet. Generally, when Lord Mortimer organizes one of his receptions, there are over a dozen people here.
They can't all be here yet, and you'll see, most of the time there's only the upper crust.
And I noticed you were already getting to know His Eminence
Вообще,
at the
конечно, смешно
entrance.
слышать
It's
дюжины
the
людей
perfect place
съезжаются,
to
но это
build
же не
up
так
a
много.
network. What were you talking about, if you forgive my indiscretion?
At the risk of disappointing you, we weren't conspiring in our corner, sir. His Eminence was simply telling me that he knew my mother and how much he held her in high esteem.
It so happens that Monsieur de Richet's mother is to join us.
Oh, pity. No scrumptious gossip or juicy tidbits, unmentionable secrets, or even money matters. But you'll see, it will come. Despite all the goodwill in the world, you can't stop people scheming left and right around here.
Speak for
Интересно, как
yourself,
вот эти
sir.
очки действия устанавливать?
Well, my friends, do any of you
Ну а
know
тебе
the
зачем?
reason why we're
Ну,
here
это
this
тебе пока не
time?
важно.
Not in the slightest. As for me, I've been invited by Sir Holm, a close friend of Lord Mortimer, but I do not know the reason why.
You see, Louis, every time Lord Mortimer organizes a reception, he always finds a moment to set up a chat with all the guests,
During which time we remake the world.
accompanied by gallons of absinthe and cussing. I'll leave you to imagine the result.
So, if I understand rightly, Monsieur de Richet, you've come out here to join your mother. For what reason, exactly?
Like you, Mr. President, I'm here as a result of Lord Mortimer's invitation.
2 members of the same family here. That is rare.
You know what they say. You can pick your nose, but you can't pick your family.
Seriously, though, I know your mother well. Stay behind with me afterwards, and we'll take a moment to speak about her.
Good lord. Washington is wearing the emblem of the Grand Master of the Golden Order. It's the highest distinction of the order in the United States. It puts him on par with my mother. He must really know his stuff when it comes to the occult.
Good evening, my friends.
Holy shit. That's the man from my vision.
An urgent case has delayed our host, Lord Mortimer. He can't be present this evening, and he sends his deepest apologies.
He's asked me here and he
Я
hasn't even
надеюсь, мне
turned up.
входить-то тут дадут.
Great start. Do you know that man?
Sir Gregory Holm, an English aristocrat, very influential. He's also close to Lord Mortimer, so don't be surprised if he acts like he's at home.
And now, my dear guests, a light meal is served in the small salon. For those who would like to, you're invited to follow me into the next room.
Малкор, я
My
могу
dear
читать,
fellow,
но у тебя
you must
будет
have read my
задержка.
thoughts. I
с моими...
We'll have to be careful not to make too
с
much
тем, что я
noise.
прочитал секунд 30. То есть диалог полминуты или минуты как прошел, только когда ты его начнешь
Don't take it the
слышать. Я
wrong
думаю,
way,
в этом смысла
Zone, but
никакого
I have
нет.
already eaten. Thus, I shall be
А
happy to
Файнес
remain by
говорит,
the fireside.
и лень.
If you don't
Вот так.
mind, Gregory, I should like to keep Mr. Washington company.
Please feel at home. And you, sir?
If I stay with Washington, we'll be able to speak about my mother. But on the other hand, I'd like to learn more about this home. I saw him in my vision. Let's see what Washington has to say.
Sir, if you don't mind, I shall stay here.
Do exactly as you please, young man.
Louis, thank you for staying. Just like you, when I arrived this morning, I found out that Sarah had gone missing. I know your mother well. Don't worry. Emily is from the English branch of the Golden Order.
And President Washington is in fact the leader of the Order in the United States.
I didn't know.
Sorry to have made you wait, but I didn't want to speak in front of the others.
You did well. Secrecy and discretion are the pillars of our organization.
If I can help in any way at all, please don't hesitate to ask, my lad. And if you have
Если
any
тебе что-то не
other
нравится,
questions,
тебя здесь никто
now's the
не
time.
держит.
And you, Emily, what do you think of my mother?
I only know her through the Order. The one time we met, we only exchanged a few words in a corridor of Parliament.
And was the exchange courteous or impassioned?
I'm not sure if I understand.
Was there any reason for her to be angry with you?
Under other circumstances, I would slap your face for even asking, but I'll put your lack of tact down to her disappearance. Know that your mother is a woman I would love to work with. Her reputation is entirely deserved. Mr. Washington will be able to tell you more.
Mr. Washington, you seem to be very... Where did you first meet her?
I met Sarah during the War of Independence on American soil. She was introduced to me by a mutual acquaintance, and I must say that her sound advice prevented me from making some terrible mistakes. She may not be a soldier, but believe me, she deserves a statue as much as Lafayette does.
Well, I didn't see that one coming. There's no doubt Mother has many secrets that are still hidden. Right. Would it be too much if I asked you a few more questions?
Not at all. Go ahead. But I can't promise I'll remember everything.
May I ask, when you saw each other, what did you talk about? My mother has always been fascinated by strange powers. Did she talk to you about anything like that?
Yes. Her facility for discerning truths from rumor served me well. Such as preventing massacres, like the one at Salem, from happening again. Or convincing people that horsemen cannot ride around without heads.
Малкор, какая борьба
What
за
was it that she
зрителя?
used to
Ты
say now?
Keep an open and logical mind?
Yes, that's it.
Thank you, sir. I was hoping to speak with Lord Mortimer. At least now I have some
Тут
information.
вообще, если
Thanks to
что
you.
касается
I
ГГ, то
repeat,
зрители уже
Lord
давно
Mortimer is a man of his word.
распределены
You
по
won't be
стримерам.
disappointed.
Вот.
And I
Что
am
касается
persuaded that your
Твича,
mother's
насчет Твича я
research
вообще
is
не
his
в курсе
main
нифига.
concern.
Ну а на Ютубе, ну там полсотни человек бывает смотрят записи. Так
Mother
что
still is at the head of the Golden Order.
какая борьба за
I find
зрителя?
it difficult to believe that she came to this island without notifying the other members.
As for myself, I did not know. I am here at the request of Sir Holm, a
Кстати,
situation
Файнес, ты
regarding the
будешь
Crown of
бороться за
England to
зрителей?
resolve, and to see
За
what Lord
таких, как
Mortimer
Малкор,
has to
нет.
propose to us.
As for me,
Я
Lord
же в
Mortimer
общих
asked
чертах,
me here
Файнес.
to speak
Ты
about
за
the
зрителей
future of
борешься?
America. I did not know that your
Я же
mother would
сказала,
even be
таких,
among
как
us.
Малкор, нет.
In any case, no one has yet mentioned associating the order.
Почему-то, мне кажется,
We haven't
слишком
found many
много
clues
воды. Слишком.
Ну,
Don't
как
worry,
тебе
Louis.
объяснить?
I'm sure nothing bad has happened to her.
Ничего не скажу по
Yes,
поводу
I hope
воды
not.
в диалогах.
Careful, they're coming back.
Well, I am impressed with all this splendor.
But don't spend too much time with Mr. Washington, my dear, or you'll lose your pretty accent. You seem to be intrigued by that statue.
Absolutely. It is remarkable.
Lord
Файнес
Mortimer
борис за
is fond
зрителя.
of atypical works of art. I won't disguise the fact that I find it all a little megalomaniacal. But I must say, he does have some outstanding pieces.
Sir Holm, who was that young lady with you?
Elizabeth Adams, Mr. President. She would have liked to have stayed with us, but the poor thing is exhausted.
Elizabeth Adams?
Фигур, ты еще скажи, кто этот. Ай,
Не, он
ай,
не
не туда,
скажет.
не туда, не туда.
Фигура не скажет.
Miss
Там,
Adams
в
is here
принципе,
to
то, как ты
bless.
проходишь, у тебя
You
может
have
быть
perhaps
немного
already
иначе
come
все
across her in the
окажется.
corridors. She arrived a few days ago.
Так вот отвлеклась на
I
чатик.
perceived
называется.
her, but we weren't introduced.
Rest assured, she is not here for the same reasons as yourselves. Consequently, I'm counting on your indulgence.
Washington looks surprised, but Holmes doesn't seem to see it. I wonder if he's being polite or if he really doesn't see his discomfort.
On that note, it's very late. You must be exhausted.
Ну,
The
Малкор,
servant will
Ничего же
accompany
не
you
все
to your
смотрели.
rooms.
Малкор, знаешь, что я тебе скажу? Вот, в принципе, нафиг. В виде хобби это все. А к идейным профессионалам это тебе в другое место надо.
Ladies, gentlemen,
У нас
I bid
тут
you all good night.
неофиты
Mr.
любители.
President,
Вот
Your
так.
Eminence, Duchess, you have the same rooms as
Кружок
usual.
по интересу.
You, Monsieur de Richet, will find your room at the end of the corridor.
Well, my friends, I am bone tired. I am off to my bed. See you in the morning.
Ну что,
Good night,
Файнес,
sir.
много успел
I shall do
узнать.
likewise.
Louis,
Я
I
там
wish
не...
you
Вода
well.
какая-то.
Sleep well.
Good night.
Это не
See you
вода,
tomorrow.
Файнес. Тут
Oh,
игра на
man.
диалогах
It's been
сильно
quite a day.
завязана.
Тогда я
Читайте.
половину прослушала.
Where is my room?
Зря.
Duchess Emily Hillsborough. Duke Manuel Godoy. Huh, that's me.
Так, а где еще кто?
Monseigneur, His Eminence Cardinal
Файнес,
Piaggi.
пошли особняк обшарим.
Я, собственно, ты хочу сделать. Еду сперла.
Хватай деньги и драгоценности и пошли отсюда.
Да, тут такого не лежит. Здесь почему-то мед. Мне кажется, какой-то неправильный мед.
President
Ну, потому
George
что его
Washington.
делают неправильные пчелы.
Типа того.
A Chinese coin.
Ой, китайскую монетку нашла. Для чего, интересно, они?
Просто так, Файнес. Пока что просто так. Пока все предметы для тебя просто так.
Что значит просто так?
Ну, пока они без применения. Так что собирай все, в принципе. Может быть, пригодится. В зависимости от того, как проходить.
Кого-то подкупать буду?
Я сказал проходить, а не подкупать, Файнес.
Я и
Всё.
говорю подкупать. А меня на первый этаж не пускают. А я там не все посмотрела. Это нечестно.
Monsieur Johann von
Почему?
Bunde.
Все честно, все нормально. С тобой уже там все распрощались, и вообще там никого
Ну
больше
да,
нет,
они спать
значит, на первом
пошли.
этаже.
А я-то нет. Я-то еще
Ну.
не готова.
Ну, вот тебе коридорчик, обшарить коридорчик и
Да
все,
тут что-то
и
в
валить.
коридорчике-то ничего нету.
Да
Интересно.
ладно.
Только монетку нашла. Больше ничего нету.
Ну, а тебе больше и не надо.
Флакон золотого эликсира.
A few leaves out of an old encyclopedia.
Не, ну а где там это золото, бриллианты?
Самоотверженная любительская отдача это как? Отдача кому? И почему сразу любительская?
Так, короче, надо второй круг сделать. Возможно, что где-то монетки есть.
То есть ты, Малкор, сам не понял, что сказал, да?
Варгрин нашел кого слушать?
Чего? Ну, так он тут один в чате просто пишет, и я
Ну
вот...
там Фигаро был. Фигаро, чё молчишь?
Фигура начал всякое разное интересное про игру писать. Я как бы не решаюсь озвучить.
А, я, соответственно, так как не могу посмотреть, не успеваю, то... Чё ты мне не читаешь, что вообще, что там Фигаро сливает, какие полезные данные? Может,
Да
мне это
никакие. Там, в принципе, ты можешь
поможет
пройти...
выживанию моему, и не только
Да не,
моему.
Он тебе просто суть игры немножечко описал. Вот.
Суть игры
Оно
я
вроде
поняла,
как
тут
бы...
уже куча диалогов, которые, блин, не очень интересные, честно говоря. Так, что, монеток больше нету? Деньги, денежки где?
Файнас, тебе не нужны монетки.
Как
Вот.
это? Ну они ж тут
Ну,
есть, значит нужны.
Пока не нужны. Пока тебе вообще ничего не
Не
нужно.
важно, когда они мне понадобятся. Когда понадобятся, они у меня должны быть. Вот. Правильно, правильно.
А вдруг так окажется, что эта монетка единственная и уникальная в своем роде на всю игру?
Нет, их тут я уже нашла 3 штуки. Поэтому нет, они не уникальные. Ха-ха.
А вдруг окажется, что это просто,
Что?
как тебе сказать, мерчендайз местный.
Очень может быть. За него должны дать тогда ачивку. Вон коллекционные монеты. Надо будет просто почитать про них.
Не надо.
Да уж, конечно, тут искать очень неудобно. Ой, застряла. Тикс. Там что-то Фигаро нет,
Сколько
один
ты там?
Малкор.
Сколько ты там монет насобирала? 2?
Нет, по-моему, 4. А что?
Ну ладно, ну все, можно отсюда идти. Тут больше ничего интересного.
Нет, я еще какую-то банку якорцев утащила. Так, надо сейчас будет посмотреть, что вообще я тут находила. Как я, блин, первый раз-то пробежала, мне интересно.
Ну, ты как бы на лестнице вверх не хочешь подняться?
А меня не пускают.
Ага.
Вот здесь еще что-то лежит, книжка. Так, интересно, а книжки что дают? Вот я их нахожу, подбираю. Что они мне дадут? Может, я зря их помираю?
Шла якорцы, да? Баночку.
Да.
Ну, это расходник.
Понятно, что это расходник. Надо почитать, для чего он.
Ну, как для чего? Чтобы лучше видеть и больше слышать. Грубо говоря.
Так, где-то тут моя комната должна быть. Больше видеть, больше слышать. Почти как серый волк.
Right. So what shall I do with this letter? It might be about my mother's disappearance. But if I open it, I'll be betraying Biaggi's trust. What should I do?
Так, что-то какие-то прям...
Damn.
Ладно, не
Can't
буду
wait to
открывать.
open it, but I gave my word to Biaggi, so... Too bad. I'll wait until I hand it to Mother. Wow! Nice room. Mortimer sure doesn't
Чё
do
это
things
тут вообще
halfway.
такое?
Ну, письмо-то ты что, не будешь что-то читать? Не
Нет.
хочешь?
Judith beheading Holofernes. Saint Jerome and
Просто
the
если
Angel.
я его открою, я
Yet
его
again,
обратно не
art with
закрою.
Saturn devouring his son.
И не надо.
Again? I saw
Ты
Saint
детектив, тебе
Francis of
везде нужно
Assisi
совать
in
свой нос
ecstasy.
и вообще все
Four
разнюхивать,
superior
вынюхивать
voices.
и пофиг на остальное.
It always amuses me to see
Да
how art
ладно,
gets used
это
for
было
propaganda
культиста
purposes.
брать. Ой, что тут лежит?
Pound.
Опять монетка. Так, что-то нет. Не светится ничего. Как будто точечка светится. Интересно, это разбить можно? Или типа порча имущества, все такое прочее.
Amber crystals.
Что за осколки янтаря?
Inferno by Dante. Abandon hope, all ye who enter here. Lovely lectures Mortimer is giving to his guests. Very jolly.
Блин, взломать не могу. Беспредел-то какой. Ой, может я раньше сюда? Так, надо там сначала прошарить. Так, что-то я не поняла. Это он что, дрыхнуть, что ли, пошел? А я еще не готова. Ну вот. Сообрази. Какую книгу я решил не брать? Я же взяла книгу.
Надо же, тебе целых 1,5 уровня выдали. Почти. Ну давай детектива будем качать.
Нет, мы взлом вкачаем все-таки сначала.
Не надо.
Надо.
Вот.
После полного восстания прочитаем. Что-то я не поняла, что у него за глюки.
В смысле, когда у него начинается там ясновидение.
Приходы, да.
Durishay
Вообще
can't be
этим
far
очень
away.
напоминает
They'll
это.
find her soon. Their search time is restricted, given that they must keep an eye on Adams.
I can take care of her, you know.
Yes. Well, in any case, I do thank you for bringing her to the island.
From what
Что
I've
напоминает?
understood, the search of Durishay's
это
room
тусовка.
hasn't turned up any results.
Not
Старый
yet,
или
no.
новый?
But we've put her son in there. Perhaps he'll find something.
Новый,
That might come in
конечно.
handy.
Louis grows impatient at not yet having met the famous Lord Mortimer.
He will meet him tomorrow.
Oh, what a pity to lose a knight at the start of the game. Are you waiting for someone?
A young French soldier.
During our game of chess?
Don't worry, Gregory. The game won't disappear. I'll have one of my men escort you back.
Don't trouble yourself. I know my way out.
Ah, good evening, gentlemen. Please forgive me for this late hour.
It is never too late, and we have much to discuss. One last move?
Don't worry. Our games always seem to end like this.
Or always start like this. Come, take a seat, my friend.
Да ладно, это типа Наполеон был, Бонапарт.
A little nighttime stroll, Mr. President?
There's nothing like it for a good night's sleep.
Do not hesitate to ask a servant to show you back.
The corridors seem quite safe.
Peppermint, lime flower, and valerian. My miracle remedy when one can't get to sleep. A very good night to you, Mr. President.
Thank you. And to you too, sir.
Опять он весь в крови. Правильно, зачем платочек там?
Dear Monsieur de Richet, please excuse me, but I am unable to join you at present. However, rest assured that...
Inspiration of St. Matthew, or Matthew writing his gospel, dictated to him by voices. The incredulity of St. Thomas. Why is Caravaggio representing St. Thomas putting his finger in the wound? Thomas looks on but doesn't touch. Golden Elixir. Inferno by Dante. Abandon hope, all ye who enter here. Lovely lectures Mortimer's giving to his guests. Very jolly.
Excuse me. Am I bothering you?
No, not in the least. Is something wrong?
I'm going to need your help. Do you remember the young lady we spoke of in the hall?
Elizabeth Adams. Home introduced her to us.
Yes. Well, she is the daughter of my friend, the Vice President, John Adams. But she is supposed to be dead.
Yeah, that's bizarre. Fair enough.
Good heavens! I was present at her funeral.
It is disturbing indeed.
Yes. I need to make sure it's her. That's where you come in. I want you to distract Elizabeth while I search her room. And perhaps get my hands on some important information. At least I hope so. Elizabeth is in the small salon. If you hurry, you can still catch her. I just need 10 minutes.
But if my vision is true, there are two men nearby discussing very important issues, and one of them looks much like Mortimer.
Washington is very kind, but I came to this island for my mother, not for his ghost stories.
Count on me, sir.
Thank you, my friend. Keep Elizabeth downstairs as long as
То есть
possible.
получается,
She
что
must
если
not
видение
return
этого
to her
чувака
room.
было правильным,
Trust me.
то мать его застрелила, эту девушку. А если видение было неправильным, то получается, что нет?
According to Washington,
Может быть.
Lady Adams is in the small salon. I
И не
better
может
hurry.
быть.
Что может быть и не может быть?
Louis, you're straying from your objective.
Ну, думай, Файнс.
Louis, you're
Блин,
straying
куда
from
я
your
бегу-то?
objective.
А малой гостиной, мою. Где вообще? Хоть бы, я не знаю, там указатель сделали.
Devil's Thorn.
Так, а что тут такое лежит? Чё? Ой. Сесть решил.
A cache.
Метка.
My son. Oh, you are a godsend.
What's the matter, Your Eminence?
I believe Miss Adams may be in danger.
What do you mean?
Do you hear that? She is being manhandled in the small salon.
By whom?
I don't know exactly. A thug, a Frenchman, it seems. By the cut of his cloth, I'd say he's a member of the French Revolutionary Government. You should do something, my son.
Ты смотри, какой топ вообще.
I was supposed to make sure Adams wouldn't go back to her room. Don't worry, Your Eminence. I'll take care of it. Probably nothing to worry
Мог
about.
бы сам
Do
вмешаться.
you want me to call for help?
Please don't do anything. I'm sure with a little goodwill, everything will work out fine.
Разберись.
Don't go and wake up the whole manor, please.
Thank you, my son. May God watch over you.
Who do you think you are?
Forgive me, sir.
If we were in France, I'd have sent you to the guillotine for what you just said.
Please, just let me go back to my room.
Hey, you! Stay out of it! This is none of your business. I'm gonna teach this little slut how to behave.
What the hell is going on?
Huh? I don't think you know who I am.
Stop. I beg you. I didn't mean to. Don't hit me, please, sir.
Shit. If I step in, Adams might just run back to her room. And if I do nothing, yes, Washington will have enough time to
А,
search,
так
but
Адамс
those
это
girls
другая
are gonna suffer.
тетка.
Damn it, what should I do?
Let her go! Huh? Stay out of it, boy!
Shit.
What are you playing at? I told you to mind your own business, boy! If you think you can side with this whore and then just walk away, you're out of your mind. Give me one good reason not to knock you down.
You're not back in your slum now. You're in Lord Mortimer's home. I suggest you think carefully about what you're going to do.
Don't think you're getting away with it that easily. I'm sick of all these toffs. If we were in Paris, I'd send you all to the guillotine. And on top of it all, a woman telling me how I ought to behave? I won't stand for it.
Oh, okay. Wait a minute.
What? Don't tell me you're gonna defend these harlots!
Women, right? They really do drive us crazy sometimes. I totally understand.
Yeah, and every time they open their mouths, it makes you want to slap them. I get the feeling you're trying to put one over on me. If that's the case, you're making a big mistake.
Sorry about that. Look, there's no point in us aggravating each other. Let's both just go our separate ways.
Don't move, we're not done yet. You wanted to be the knight in shining armor and save the damsel in distress. Let's see how brave you are.
Listen,
Блин,
we
я ничего
barely know
вообще не
each other,
могу
and it seems everything went a bit too far.
нафиг.
Let me apologize if I offended you in any way.
What's wrong? Someone cut your balls off?
Listen, we barely know each other, and it seems everything went a bit too far. Let me apologize if I offended you in any way.
What's wrong? Someone cut your balls off? You should have kept your big nose out.
Спрашивается, нафига он тогда выпил, если ничего потом сделать не может? Что-то пошло не так. Да. Как-то так себе.
Да ладно, нормально. Ну почему нет-то?
Ну потому нет, что... Что что-то пошло не так. Очень-очень мало я навыков получила. Еще и избили меня.
Ну правильно, ты видела, в какой он весовой категории?
Я не поняла, ну хотя понятно, почему смысл пить этот, блин, это зелье было, если по факту...
Liam, you have failed me. I don't know what you were doing, but Elizabeth returned much too soon. Any earlier, and I would have been caught. I didn't get time to search through everything, but I did manage to find what I was looking for. The young lady really is John Adams' daughter. Signed, George Washington.
Well done, Louis. The President of the United States asked for your assistance and you screwed up? Mother finds out, I get the feeling I'll never hear the end of it. Not for a few years, anyway. Now, what was I going to do last night? Ah, yes. Search the room. According to what I saw in my vision, this room was Mother's before I got it. Maybe she left something behind that will help me find her.
Так, Варгрен, что-то не поняла. А получается, те, которые ой, желтенькие, они как бы это прочитаны уже?
Какие зелененькие? Какие желтые?
Желтенькие книжечки, дающие +1 очку навыка.
Может быть. Ты ж не можешь второй раз.
Я не знаю. Я поэтому спросила. А вдруг могу?
Nothing. Nothing.
This is Cersei.
I haven't even had time to unpack my cases. Writing material. From what I see, no ink's ever been used on this quill. The smell reminds me of something. It smells like lemon. That's odd. There's a circle around the lock here. Must be the trunk Mortimer was talking about. The key should open it.
Баночка с медом, что ли, лимон? Или что это такое?
There's a note. Effects of Sœur de Richer, to be given to her son, Louis. I should probably take it. All right. I've retrieved everything. Inferno by Dante. Abandon hope, all ye who enter here. Carmelite water will give me a little reprieve.
То есть мне нужно качнуть допрос и бдительность, чтобы... Вон оно чё.
Не, тебе предлагал детектива качать. Ты сразу же за взлом.
Взлом мне тоже нужен. Вон оно чё. Если каждого я качну по единичке оставшегося, то у меня будет на 10% больше опыта. Очень еще хорошо. Так чувствую, что очень многое... Книголюб. Короче, все надо качать. Но, видимо, первым надо будет докачать допрос, одну очку, и бдительность одну очку кинуть. Что тоже оккультизм нужен.
Ну, в самом начале я тебе говорил про детектива и оккультиста. Вот. Дипломат, в принципе, но он такой, он сразу не нужен. Он потом нужен.
Какой чудесный вид на залив. А что-то полезное я тут увижу или интересное или нет?
Нет.
Вот у меня почему-то тоже такое подозрение. Так.
A Byzance.
Так и все-таки коллекционные монеты ничего вообще дают. Интересно, я тут вообще все обшарила. Вот интересно, почему здесь на подушку наводится, и он там ничего не видит?
I haven't even had time to unpack my cases.
Dear Monsieur de Richet.
Тикс. Я так думаю, что...
Writing material.
Я уже изучала. Чего там больше нету полезного?
Look, markings on the floor. Just a bit worn out. I was hoping to find something leading to a secret passage. Oh, this bookcase is well stocked. Oh, this book has been put back the wrong way round. A Voyage Around the World. The travel log of the explorer Louis-Antoine de Bougainville. One of Mother's favorite books. What a coincidence. And I don't believe in coincidences. It's just too much. I don't know what's going on here, but if you felt threatened, I'll bet you'd leave a clue, wouldn't you, Mother? Found it. A faint sign of the Order, barely visible. Mother, you undoubtedly must have hidden a clue in this book. Let's see if I can find anything else in this room. The paper's rougher around the writing. The paper's moist here. Very light stain, barely visible. And the smell reminds me of something.
Лимон же, лимон. Запах напоминает стопудово.
Come on, Louis, think. Think.
Даже я уже
Let's recap.
догадалась.
My mother was in this room. I found a rare edition of her favorite book. She must have left something behind. She applied a liquid to the book. She must have used the writing materials. The quill has been used, but not with regular ink. A message using invisible ink. I bet she used a lemon to leave a message. Now, how do I reveal the message? The message
А
is
вот, кстати,
illegible.
а чем
I have
можно
to
проявить
search it.
лимонный сок-то? Кстати,
Чего?
о птичках. Я говорю, чем можно проявить лимонный сок?
Ну, возьми свечку, нагрей. Может,
Свечки здесь, понимаешь ли, все не горят. Ой, тут что у нас?
Nothing here. I wouldn't mind a nice strong coffee though.
У нас зато есть пепел.
Inferno by Dante.
Ой, туда.
Abandon hope, all ye who enter here. Damn, I'm making a serious mess here. It's no good. Might have worked if the writing had left marks in the paper, but no. There's only traces of lemon. Luckily, I've only put ash on part of the message.
Плохая идея была. Что, здесь больше ничего нету? Вообще ему, видимо, надо науку еще качать. Вон свечка.
If a message is written in lemon juice, the flame will reveal it. working. The heat reveals the message. Let's see what my mother wrote. Where all eyes size you up, you must pass by the Gorgon. Gorgon was the name of Medusa in Greek mythology. On the other hand, where all eyes size you up, I don't get it. And judging by the number of paintings in the manor, could be anywhere.
Сейчас вместо того, чтобы проявить, наоборот, сожжу.
Great.
Ну, мало ли.
Wasn't a unique addition or mother's gonna kill me. Now I better hurry and find that damn Medusa.
Sir, dinner is served in the red salon.
Больше не подсказываю.
I'm not hungry. Please give my apologies to all the guests.
Sir Holm requests your presence, sir.
Well, I guess I'm just gonna have to wait before going and looking for my Medusa.
Tell him I'll be there in a minute.
А чё там открыто? А, посвященный оккультизм +1. Тикс. Что здесь за картина? Ну здесь карбона вроде не было.
Last Judgment. Why do I always get the most terrifying room?
Да уж так себе, конечно, комнатка с так себе картинами.
The conversion of St. Paul, by Caravaggio. It's incredible. It doesn't look like a copy, but I was sure the original was in Rome. If I get a chance, I may have to take a little tour through the rooms of the other guests. Duke Manuel Godoy.
Ай.
Might be better to take a different stairway.
Что-то мне подвисло.
That must be the door to the room of the soldier I saw in my vision.
Чем мы тут быстренько пошуршим?
The Prince by Machiavelli. A perfect read for anyone with a surfeit of ambition.
Там, Файнес, почти ничего интересного.
That might come in handy. Carmelite water. They say that if you drink this, it gives you a real boost. My dearest son. It's a beautiful weapon. A lovely damask blade. A bicorn decorated with a cockade. It must belong to a French soldier. Honey. I couldn't have hoped for better. Amber. French actor Talma is Nero in Britannicus, the last emperor of the Caesar dynasty.
My dear Napoleon, as previously agreed, I would like to ask you to join us in January on my...
Так, что, ничего особо нету? А как же эти интриги, расследования и все такое прочее? И вообще, Варган, откуда ты знаешь, что там ничего нету? Ты смотрел прохождение целиком, что ли?
Нет, не ты.
А что тогда?
Даже больше скажу, не с самого начала.
Тем не менее, как-то очень много ты видел.
Нет, я урывками у Вицида только смотрел.
Так, в какую сторону я шла? Вот в эту, наверное.
Просто видишь, как бы игра сама по себе такая, то есть интересно ее посмотреть. Но я как-то до нее не добрался. Вот, чтобы посмотреть.
В смысле, ты имеешь в виду пощупать самому?
Угу.
Так, ну здесь, наверное, все остальные двери закрыты, что ли? Ну вот. Блин, и тут спуска нету.
That's the door to Elizabeth's room. For God's sakes, what happened in here?
Фига себе, я зашла.
Чего нашла?
Зашла, говорю, фига себе.
A chest with a half-circle pattern. Notes. Looks like a healing method. Well, that's a pity. The writing is barely legible.
Так, это я пока изучить не могу.
Devil's Thorn. I'll keep it. Looks like I found a box containing some kind of white crystals. Well,
Пробуем,
see
все
what it
пробуем.
tastes like. Ugh.
Ой, сейчас будет плохо. Нет?
I really need to stop tasting everything I find now.
Праймери хочет в какую-то комнату.
Так, а золотой эликсир это где?
Праймери хочешь в викторианскую комнату.
A Bazant. June 11th, 1791. My dear Elizabeth, your last letter gave me much cause for concern. Your words were so cold, as if emotions no longer
Точнее,
mattered.
правильнее, не в
August
викторианскую, а в эту, как там, рококо.
1790. August 24th,
Такую комнату хочешь?
1792. Elizabeth, I'm driven to despair and doubt there is any point in writing to you. I'm not even sure you'll receive my letter.
Тикс. Чё я тут все нашла-то? Ну, как бы исследовать не могу, это плохо, конечно.
My dear Elizabeth, I'm writing to inform you of some unfortunate news. We won't be able to meet as planned on the first Sunday of May.
Вообще, конечно, во делов-то натворила. Вот интересно, что здесь за пилюли, как бы?
Looks like I found a
Жалко,
box
что
containing
нельзя
some
исследовать.
kind of white crystals.
Короче, все качать надо, все.
Тут, кстати, по-моему, все не получится прокачать.
Да это понятно, но... О, еще чья-то комната.
Let no one disturb me. I'm busy.
Too bad. I'll see him later.
Вообще двери, это ручки нету, чтобы дернуть за нее. Что, получается, только 2 двери доступны?
Might be better to take a different stairway.
Excuse me, Monsieur de Richet. I really need to talk to you.
Is this about last night?
No, that was just a misunderstanding. I'm sure it was a little bit my fault too.
There's no excuse for that man's horrible behavior. You ought to tell Sir Home.
Look, the only thing that I care about is that I've lost something precious. I'm not worried about Jacques Peru. You're her son. Sarah de Richet's son.
Yes, why?
Last night, I found out that your mother was on the island. What are you doing here?
Excuse me, but speaking frankly, why would you care?
I know your mother very well.
Really?
Yes, I have been in your mother's care ever since I was born.
She nursed you.
Oh, I wouldn't say nursed. No, I remember her stare, cold as ice. Her sadistic hands pressing over my mouth to silence me while I screamed in pain. I remember her knees, too. She held me down with them while she cut and burned scars into me.
Hold on a minute. What do you mean?
You can ask her when you see her.
Huh, she's getting more and more agitated. And next you're gonna tell me my mother's also responsible for that scar on your head?
My heart stopped twice during the operation. I lost my memory for 6 months. You obviously have no idea of the abuse
Кстати,
your
Фэйна
mother
заметила то,
inflicted
что
on
они
me.
все какие-то
There must be some
покоцанные.
kind of mistake.
My only mistake was
Ну,
ever
это,
meeting
наверное,
your
в
mother.
глаз дали.
She's able to describe every detail
Чего?
without hesitation or getting flustered. It's becoming difficult not to believe the poor girl.
Это же чувак поздно
Look,
пришел.
I've got to go.
Wait. I need to know more about you and my mother. Why did she put
Вообще
you
да,
through
но
all
они
that?
все покоцанные.
There must be
здесь.
some reason for what she did.
What's the point of rubbing salt in the wounds?
Elizabeth, confiding in me might ease your burden. Let me relieve you of some of your suffering.
Relieve me? Do you even hear yourself? Do you really think that by confiding in my torturer's son, I will be healed as if by magic? That it will bring my smile back? Or let me sleep at night? Look, you don't seem like a bad person. And I'm sorry you have to find out your mother's true colors like this. But I'm not going to pity you. Everybody has their cross to bear. I know your little game. You're no different from the rest of them. You couldn't give a damn about me. The only thing you're interested in is finding out about your mother.
Don't say that. Not everyone wants to use you. Some people care about you, don't they? Haven't you got a sister?
Yes,
I'm sure she loves you with all her heart.
she's the only one who cares about me. I would have put an
О,
end to
зря
it
я в
all by now
комнату
if it
зашла,
weren't for her.
посмотри-ка. Про сеструху
Since you
почитала.
insist, I'll tell you how I met your mother.
Thanks for trusting me.
You see, before I was born, my mother often suffered from hallucinations and fits of anger. Soon people could barely recognize her. She became a completely different person. So my father spent an enormous amount of money paying for the best doctors, but none of them were able to cure her. The last resort was to call a priest.
So, is that what your father did?
No. He went to an expert in the occult.
Ah, my mother.
Her reputation already extended beyond our borders. My mother's fits stopped at my birth, and Sarah de Richet concluded that the evil had passed into me. Not only did it encourage her to stay, but she took the opportunity to advise my father to separate me from the rest of my family. That's how I was declared stillborn. My fate was decided that very day.
It would coincide
Понятно,
with
в
my
тебе
mother's
есть
frequent
что-то
trips to
вот от этой вот
America.
с
I had my
красным
first
платьем
fit when I was
и с
3.
эротизмом. С
That's when your mother
полуэротизмом.
began her
Валерина,
experiments
тебе же сказали, ты вот
to
на вот
rid me
этого
of the evil
похож, такой
inside.
же побитый. То бишь.
I understand how you feel, but
Нет,
I know my
нет,
mother.
будем
I'm
бороться
sure
от
she
него.
had her reasons,
Малкора виднее.
even if it seems difficult to believe.
Everything she
Ему-то
put me
и
through was all for
ему все
nothing.
виднее.
Да.
My whole
Я
life was
тоже.
Ему
ruined
мне
for
только будем
nothing.
бороться. Больше
So
ничего.
what brings you here then?
My father used to know Sir Holm. He offered to introduce me to the world's leading authority in the occult.
Lord Mortimer.
He was my last hope. Until I found out he had also invited your mother.
It's got to be a coincidence. I don't believe for a second she's coming for you.
You can't change my mind about this, Louis. My days are numbered, and I know it.
А чё-то они все сверху шли, интересно мне знать. И все такие вжух-вжух-вжух, и... И в комнату. Так, а тут-то больше ничего интересного нет. Тут присесть можно. А мать-то у него та еще злодейка, между прочим. И чё это у меня?
Fall of the Damned by Rubens. The man who cannot achieve the salvation of God the Father is offered to fall into the depths of the abyss.
Чё за значок-то на мне?
Кстати, праймери
What can I
моды
do for you,
деда
sir?
все-таки мелькали у
I am
некоторых
at
на
your
ютубе,
service
именно во
day
втором
and night,
резите.
sir.
Там, где, как тебе объяснить-то, там такая
I would like to speak about your
качка-баба
master,
в
Lord
этом,
Mortimer.
в оранжевом.
Do please excuse me, sir, but I shall make no comment about my master.
Чего-чего?
Is there anything else that sir would like to
Ну,
know?
я про моды от деда. С Nexus.
What can you tell me about the
Дед моду
guests?
делал?
Do excuse me, sir,
Мгм.
but I am bound by discretion to say nothing about Lord Mortimer's guests, sir. Perhaps sir would like to know something else?
Он надул
Yes. Can you briefly describe the ground floor, please?
выговоришь
Very well,
фамилию еще у нее
On
вместе
the
с именем.
ground floor,
Короче, он
there are
Редфилд
mainly living
раздул
rooms.
во второй
Sir
части, в
finds
новой
himself at
ремейке.
present in
Вот.
the Grand Hall.
Ну, собственно говоря, она
From
у
the Grand
кого-то
Hall,
мелькала.
sir can access on one side
На
the
ютубе,
small
не помню, у
salon
кого
where
точно,
the
но
guests like to
у
relax
кого-то из
with a good
заграничных
book.
стримеров.
From there, sir can access the conference room, which is closed at present for preparations. That is where Lord
Заграничных,
Mortimer
правильно.
likes to gather all of his guests for talks. From the other side of the Grand Hall, sir may access the dining room. That is where sir's meals will be served. From the
Там
dining
сидели два
room,
таких.
sir may benefit from an exceptional view
объяснить это
overlooking
помягче.
the island. It is also the best
Бородатый
way to
волосатый в
access the
очках.
portrait gallery,
Вот. И
where
обсуждали
a large
моды
part of Lord
как раз
Mortimer's
для
works are
второго
exhibited.
резидента. Вот там один.
And in the gallery, sir will also find access to the garden. But sir may be reassured the building is accessible on both sides, so that it surrounds the garden in question. So, sir should not find cause to worry. No one has ever gotten lost.
Except for my mother.
Has sir another question?
What is outside on the island exactly?
Lord Mortimer has made a point of keeping the main part of the island in its natural state.
Так, а здесь показывается только то, где я была. О, еще какие-то типа а-ля подземный этаж есть.
For security reasons, only the wharves and the gardens are accessible to guests. If sir would like to walk along the wharves, he has only to follow the pathway used upon his arrival. If he would like to walk in the interior gardens of the manor, I would advise Sir to pass through the portrait gallery. May I help Sir in any other way?
Так интересно, на улицу-то меня пустят? Нет, не пустят.
Пока не должны пускать.
Ну вот, а я хотела на причал сгонять. Блин, и сюда не пускают, вообще нигде не пускают. Безобразие.
What do you want?
If you touch Elizabeth again, I promise, when you get back to Paris, your head will end up on a spike.
Please stop. You're scaring me. I'm a member of the tribunal. You shouldn't threaten me like that.
And I'm a member of the Golden Order, with all the contacts in the Paris press that implies. One word from me, and you'll be headline news. A full page dedicated to your little stay here.
So what? Wipe your ass with it.
Your revolutionary friends are sure to be delighted, reading about your new friendships with all these rich nobles on the island. The thought of you here, lapping up all this luxury, I'm sure they'll congratulate you for profiting from your position.
You bastard. I forbid you to blackmail
You're
me.
in no position to forbid me from anything. So you'd better remember what I said.
Ой, зря я это сделала, ой, зря.
Dear friends, I bid you welcome.
В смысле?
Hope the night was not too short.
Что опять не так?
Мстительная я. Вот чего не так. Еще чуть-чуть. Самое смешное, что мстительность входит в этикет. Вот. Прям отличный этикет.
Your Eminence, Duchess, Monsieur de Richet, allow me to introduce our new guests. They arrived during the night. Johann Christoph von Wollner, Minister of Religious Affairs and close aide of Frederick William II, King of Prussia. Napoleon Bonaparte, Lieutenant of the French Revolutionary Army. And Jacques Peroux, French Revolutionary Tribunal Judge. Unfortunately, my friends, Lord Mortimer will not be joining us this morning, but he should be with us later. So, let us begin.
What is Mortimer playing at? He tells me to come urgently and he sends no one to meet me?
Thank you again for the wine, Your Eminence. It is served every day at the king's table.
I am delighted to hear it.
Volner and Piaggi seem to be getting along well.
My dear Johann, how are you?
Glad to make landfall at last. And yourself?
Very well.
And your husband?
He's poorly. The French Revolution gives him terrible headaches.
Oh, I understand. I shall feel better too as soon as the situation is settled.
If by
Некультурная и
chance the French
необразованная
crisis is emulated in
Да.
Berlin, there will always be a refuge for you in London, my dear.
Your offer does you honor, Emily. But London is much closer to Paris than Berlin. Beware. The French are capable of sailing up the Thames straight to the Houses of Parliament.
Oh, my friend, I am shaking in my clogs.
Is the wine to your liking?
Very much so, Sir Gregory. Such complexity. Typically French. A Southern, isn't it?
Absolutely.
If I'm not mistaken, this is not Lord Mortimer's favourite wine. It is yours.
In his absence, I have taken the liberty of making a slight deviation from the rule, but I count on your discretion.
Don't worry, I appreciate the same grape varieties as you. I remember the last time we tasted that nectar here at this table. The finest minds of the century were present.
And the last time we drank here, the orphanage in Bloomsbury was still in ruins.
Would you repeat that?
Oh, well, I put some small effort into the works. The orphanage reopened just before Christmas. The bedrooms, washrooms, and the classrooms had all been refurbished.
I don't know what to say. You have given the girls a wonderful Christmas gift. Thank you.
I made a promise. Now it is done.
It's the first time I've ever seen her so moved. Just mentioning that orphanage broke right through Emily's hard shell.
Is everything all right?
Yes, thank you. I had a moment of absence, but here I am again.
Oh?
My lord, I only know the prestige of your name. Might I have the honor of getting to know you a little better?
You are Monsieur...
Louis Moras de Richet.
De Richet. De Richet. A name with a nobiliary particle. Are you descended from a noble line?
I am just a simple French citizen.
Really? Oh, you seem nothing like a commoner. Especially compared to that wretch over there sharing our meal.
Of course.
Have you any information on this Napoleon?
No.
Show us your deed.
That's right. Seer can do wonders.
What do you think, madam? What is this Bonaparte doing here?
The presence of a soul is never a good sign. It can only mean there's going to be further war. To answer your question, I only know that his family were in favor of the revolution, and that it almost cost them their lives.
Thank you, that's helpful.
Monsieur de Richet, it would seem we have common interests. Could we speak in private, please?
What a story.
Так а чё тут перил нету?
Lord Mortimer and the Golden Order, through your mother, have concluded a financial agreement.
Stay composed, Louis. I'm listening.
An agreement for cannons. Lord Mortimer assured me that you are to take over the project on behalf of your mother. You must know that I am deeply sorry about their disappearance, but I must validate the deal urgently if I want to be able to organize things properly.
Я смотрю, он
I haven't seen
много
Lord Mortimer
интересного,
yet.
я не знаю.
I'm afraid I'll be unable to answer your
Пушки
questions.
какие-то она
He
обещала.
assured me that you could replace your mother during her absence.
I appreciate his confidence, but still, this is a bit hasty. But please continue.
Of course, but I need to know if I
Ну
can
так,
count you
они же там
among my
все
allies.
интриган.
Of course.
And for that,
Их там еще и
I
несколько
have
фракций,
a little
кстати.
question for you. The agreement stipulates an aid of 50,000 louis d'or for 200 cannon.
Surely such an amount will buy twice as many cannons. Don't try to pull a fast one on me. We're both young, but we are not naive.
Please don't be offended. I just wanted to make sure you knew what you were talking about. And I am reassured. I have one last question I would like to pose to you. We don't know each other yet, you and I. And I need to make sure that we both share the same vision for the future of France. Given the hard times that have befallen our beautiful country, what do you think it would take to restore its luster?
Ой-ой-ой-ой-ой-ой-ой-ой.
I don't know how to remedy the situation without reestablishing a solid monarchy.
And what would we stand to gain by this?
We've tried a republic, but it is clear that with the situation we're in now, that it's not working. We ought to return to a monarchy.
That makes no sense at all, my friend. The monarchy is a privileged caste who have forever built their prestige by crushing and controlling the people.
The revolution was a good thing, but it gave birth to a monster. We must overthrow the new system in place.
Ah, you are right. Monsieur de Richet, I am reassured. I am very happy to have met you. Lord Mortimer was right to put his trust in you. I hope to work with you in the very near future. I would like to thank you for your support by offering you this humble little gift.
Reflections on the Revolution in France. Mr. Bonaparte, I thank you for this gesture, and please know that I, too, am delighted to have met you.
My friends, I would like to say a few words, please. I would like to thank Lord Mortimer, and you, Sir Holm, for bringing us all together here. Those of us for whom it is not the first time here, like me, are all trembling in sweet anticipation of the arrival of our host. For the rest, I would like to reassure you that Lord Mortimer always has a few surprising projects to propose. But I can assure you that each and every one of us has always benefited from them. The last time I came to this place, Lord Mortimer offered to help me in my electoral campaign for the presidency of the United States. And it is imminently clear that his support was an invaluable aid to us. We are here among like-minded people. So let us put aside the conflicts in which some of our nations find themselves at present. So I raise my glass in honor of you all, my new and old friends.
I trust you shall not be disappointed, Mr. Washington. Right, we shall meet again tomorrow. All the guests will be present, as well as Lord Mortimer, I hope. Until then, I trust you will find plenty to keep you amused.
Так, мне тут пошарить-то еще дадут или как? Так. А что мне там по званиям надо? Мне нужен допрос. Бдительный. Непонятно. А бдительность это вообще где?
Бдительность, по-моему, у оккультиста.
Да в том и дело, что у него этикет, убеждения.
Ну или оккультист, или детектив.
Детектива... подожди. Ну, тогда не понимаю. Поняла. Это мне нужно бдительность докачать до уровня типа 3-го. И тогда оно откроется. Я поняла. Тогда как-то так.
All right, let's recap. Before dinner, I was going to investigate my mother's message. I've got to find the place where all eyes size you up.
начнем таким образом политику. Вот что-то по чуть-чуть надо все-таки вкачивать. С того, чего у меня нету.
Circe preparing wine. Discourse on the Method by Descartes. This book changed the way I looked at the world. Well, Your Eminence, do you still have any room left?
Ah, my son, the sin of gluttony is the most difficult of all in my eyes. Nevertheless, what a charming moment we have had together. I'm delighted I was able to talk to Mr. von Wollner. We hadn't spoken to each other for an eternity.
Yes. I noticed that Your Eminence knew a fair number of people at the table.
The benefit of age, my son. This isn't my first invitation to Lord Mortimer's. You will see, it's the perfect place to make new friends. Indeed, I noticed that you and Mr. Bonaparte had already begun.
Ah, I adapt quickly to local customs. It's what I was taught.
And you are right to do so, my son. But tell me, have you had any news of your mother since your arrival?
Alas, still nothing, Your Eminence. But I still haven't been able to meet Lord Mortimer.
Do not worry. It is typical of him. What can I say? Lord Mortimer is a very busy man. I should think you are beginning to worry.
Well, I must admit, Your Eminence, indeed it does worry me.
I understand, Louis, but continue to have faith in Sarah. You'll see, I'm sure, that in a few days we'll all be laughing together.
That's all I hope for, Your Eminence. But while I have you with me, I have a question for you.
Go ahead, Louis. What can I do for you?
As I haven't visited all the manor yet, I wondered if you hadn't seen a Medusa by any chance.
I beg your pardon?
Yes, La Gorgogne, the Medusa from Greek mythology. Would you have seen one? In any shape or form?
Not at all, my son. I'm not sure what you're getting at, but unfortunately, I'm not going to be of any use to you.
Thank you anyway, Your Eminence. I won't take up any more of your time. On that last word, then, I shall leave you to fight your demons. See you later, Your Eminence.
See you later, my son.
Бесполезно, товарищ, бесполезно. Нет бы помочь мне. Так, а для какого предмета? А что тут?
Это не он тебе должен помогать, это ты ему должна будешь.
С чего это вдруг-то?
Ну, узнаешь.
Баночки с медом.
I have no space left. I'll retrieve it later. I have no space left. I'll retrieve it later. I have no space left. I'll retrieve it later. All right. I've retrieved everything.
Так, ладно.
Circe. Amber crystals.
А чё за ягодцы? Подождите-ка. Слабость точно. Ух ты, ух ты, ух ты. Какая большая библиотека. Блин, мед не могу взять. Эх, а чё, книжек тут не дают? Ой, дают. Стоп, назад.
A few pages out of an old encyclopedia. A pound. to size you up. Chances are, that's the room my mother spoke of. And she also spoke of a Medusa. Should I go and try to find the creature now?
Текс.
Liberty or Death by Regnault. Well, I'll take Liberty, please. But I do understand his choice, even though it seems radical.
Тут присесть можно. Так неинтересно.
The Song of Roland. Roland feeleth his death is near. Amber crystals. Amber.
А что я получила, не поняла. Вот это когда собираешь этот янтарь, ты что получаешь?
Не знаю, я не играл. Я как бы особо и не смотрел.
Черт. Так, ладно.
Вообще я могу только в тех местах, где что-то видел, подсказать. Или там, где интуиция
Не буду, да.
Может быть. По части расходников, в принципе, я не знаю. По части янтаря монеток я тоже не знаю. Поэтому, да, вот игру вот так вижу первый раз. Само.
Devil's Thorn. I'll keep it. Devil's Thorn. I'll keep it. Honey, I couldn't have hoped for better. Honey, I couldn't have hoped for better. I've got to find out what Mother was trying to do with her. The Medusa. A hero armed with a sword? A hero with a lantern. And the last one.
Ну чё, как интересно играет.
I'll stake my life on it. All the statues form a single scene together. The poor devils are about to face the beast. Let's give them a helping
Путают,
hand.
запутывают.
Да нет, просто лишнего рассказывают, как бы.
Не, Файнес на воду жалуется. То, что лишнее просто. На самом деле они ни разу не лишние. То, что они длинные, это да.
Что, в игру надо играть с блокнотиком в руках?
Да нет.
Там, в принципе, ничего такого-то и нет, что вот прям дословно надо запомнить.
Так.
Now, Louis, it's time to keep a logical mind, as every good scientist should. The aim is to defeat the Medusa, so what can the lantern be for? To light up the Medusa? Hardly likely. The hero holding the lantern will be easy prey, and the shield will be of no use. To light up the sword? No, that makes no sense. So that leaves the shield. I wonder if the aim is to play with the light. If I turn the shield right, the light would be reflected. The ray of light will perturb the Medusa and focus her attention on the best protected hero.
Кстати, а кто из вас Сергей Дударев? Кто у нас в чатике Сергей Дударев?
В смысле?
Нет, пишет человек с этим ником ВКонтакте. С фамилией, с именем, в смысле.
Ну, смотря что пишут.
Ну, про обсуждение вот этих модов комментарий прислал. Значит, был на стриме.
Вон, Лайджа.
Не знаю.
Step back and take a second, Louis. Be logical, but open-minded. Think outside the box.
Нет, просто речь о том, что это слово-то обидное, но просто люди некоторые себя могут и так, но кто-то не парится.
This shield can both protect the holder and also reflect the light from the lantern.
В смысле обидное слово? Где обидное слово?
Чаби.
Это... Я такого не знаю. Мне не обидно.
Все американские слова смешные, не обидные. Про Чаби ты же написал, если это ты.
Так, подождите, тогда возможно.
Нет, не ты, а как же тогда? Зачем ты признался, что это ты?
Или нет? А что сделать-то надо?
Какой импульсивный Элайджа.
Devil's Thorn. I'll keep it.
Что оно вообще означает-то?
Это слово пухлое. Ну вот если человека назовут. Ну там речь про фигуру женскую, что пухлая. Вот обидно, если скажут пухлая.
Это, не знаю, смотря в каком контексте.
Ну, пухленькая девочка, тетенька. Имеется в виду фигуристая такая. Крупные формы.
This shield can both protect the holder and also reflect the light from the lantern to distract the beast. In other words, I'll have to make
Надо будет ему Кора поинтересоваться.
Вот мне сказали, что ты лучше поменяй на слово «курви». Курви не обидно, типа. То же самое означает примерно, но не обидно.
Курви это...
Фигуристая по-русски.
Ну, кёрв, кривая, то есть, ну, такая с выдающимися формами, вот, кёрви.
Да.
Чаби я вообще первый раз слышу.
Есть такое слово.
Sword toward the Medusa. The statue is darker on the right-hand side. It must be often placed towards the fire, which would explain the difference in color. In that case, it would be facing the Medusa. Perfect.
Давным-давно мы делали игру компьютерную про лисенка. Главный лисенок. Хотели назвать Фокси. Лисенок. Проконсультировались с американцами и сказали, нет, не надо, не называть ни в коем. Фокси — это танцовщица в стриптиз-танцев. Простонародье, на жаргоне.
Ну, вообще, да. То есть в фильмах можно слышать Фокси как стриптизерш.
Ну да, стриптизерш. Мы таких вещей не знали, вот нам подсказали просто.
Игра про лисенка. Про лисуху, наверное. Про лисицу.
Не, ну почему? Нет, он у нас был, лисенок.
Я просто вспомнил, там квест какой-то был про, ну, пиксельный, про лису. Что там такое было. Мы тут года, наверное, 2.
Нет, в итоге назвали мы, я уже забыл как. Бомберик, по-моему. Игра называлась. Бомберик, вторая часть. По-моему, Бомберик.
Я просто помню, там про лису видел, она как-то называлась, если перевести, то
This version is significantly different from the
Хвостивная
regular one.
история, тут
It
что-то
recounts how
такое
men
вот.
have always belittled women in society. Harpies, mermaids,
Или, может быть, даже
Chimera,
Фокси
the
Тейл
Hydra, the
было.
Gorgons. Ah, the section on the Medusa. While some of the heroes divert attention from the Gorgon, the hero with the sword brandishes his
Ну,
weapon at
Фигара,
Medusa.
Файнлс там, короче, только-только начала интрижничать, а так не очень далеко.
Какой нафиг интрижничать? Я тут загадку разгадать не могу. Вы говорите интрижничать.
A painting with no name.
Да, кстати, вот. Она еще жива, даже скриншоты в интернете. Надо же. Между прочим, издавалась в половине стран Европы.
The mechanism is worn here. Whenever the shield is not turned toward the sword, the machinery freezes up. The statue must have been in this position most of the time, betrayed by the marks of time. So that makes it easy. The shield must face the
Блин,
sword.
ну если щит правильно стоит, меч получается тоже. Фонарь светит.
Нет, как там игра называется?
Я сейчас найду ролик, подожди.
О, вон он, Учим Михайлович. Зря только банку выпила.
В смысле, почему зря? Так легко разгадывалось.
Можно было не петь.
То есть надо было Гаргону
Bruh,
повернуть на
For
щит, что ли?
Pete's sake, Emily! You scared the pants off me. Don't ever do that again.
Well, keep your nose out of my business then.
I don't know what you're talking about.
Stop fooling around and tell me what you're doing here.
Oh yeah? So tell me what you're doing here.
I
Yeah, just like me.
probably, but I asked the question first.
Well then, we'll pretend you haven't asked me yet.
What about a little gallantry, Louis? Come on, I'm listening. What are you doing here?
Since you insist, Duchess, gallantry obliges this. Ladies first.
You just won't give in, will you?
I'm sorry, madam. It isn't in my nature.
Well, no matter. I'll tolerate your presence this one time. Now, since you're here, make yourself useful. Look around on your side. I'll do the same on mine. And if you find anything of interest, let me know.
Oh yeah, in your dreams. At your service, madam.
Да, оккультизм надо качать. Без него тут никуда.
Детектива
Mortimer's
сначала
the author
нормально
of this
прокачать.
work. He talks about his passion for art.
Как нормально, вот в твоем понимании.
A golden fleece.
It's freezing. Hurry up.
Do you think that can really be Jason's golden fleece?
No, you are aware that Jason and the Argonauts is a myth, aren't you?
But Mortimer's been protecting this hide. It must be of great value, don't you think?
Certainly of historical value. This kind of hide is still used by gold diggers in Eastern Europe. Now you see how easy it is to obtain a legend.
Why do you have to act so nonchalant every time I show you something?
Louis, anyone can kill a sheep, rip off its hide, and say it's the Golden Fleece.
We're at Lord Mortimer's, not at some farmyard fair.
Ну вот нашел
You're
только
just too
ВКонтакте
skeptical.
есть видео. Если кто хочет, может посмотреть.
Anything. Talk about an unlikely
Первая часть есть на Ютубе. Там человек даже прошел ее. стример.
An unofficial gospel? You'd be more likely to find this kind of book at the Vatican.
Nothing special. The library at Buckingham
Кто не
has
видел
3.
такую игру на сборниках? Не попадалось?
Я посмотреть не могу.
A drachma. Guess what I found?
Можно было назвать ее Бомбер Фокс.
Older than that.
A piece of Noah's Ark.
Not that old.
Там была вторая часть.
Just tell me.
Caesar's laurel wreath.
Вот одна какая-то была с лисем. А, вот, смотри, да, есть. Фокс Джонсон она называлась. And the treasure of Eldorado.
I'd stake my life that it's the
Вот.
genuine article.
Не Фокси, а Фокс. Вот. Вот мы Фоксу переделали ее.
Ну, откуда идейка взята, это как бы...
Ну, Бомберман.
Looks like a pamphlet on different political regimes, written by Mortimer himself. You should see this sword, Emily. It's magnificent.
Первая часть были такой классический клон просто Бомбермана, бегал. Человечек взрывал всякое. Взрываешь стены, добываешь ключи, находишь выход, переходишь в следующий уровень. Да. Потом мы начали делать, значит, сюжетом, типа, с сюжетом. Всякие миры разные, там, путешествия искать. Ну, оно так, слабенько продалось. В итоге я все разбежались.
Given the number of English butts she kicked.
And we all know where that got her. When you finished playing, maybe you can help me search.
Ну, это был как бы первый опыт игроделания.
Да блин, ну куда ты остановился-то?
A manor in Maine, hundreds of acres of land in Catalonia, properties in Shanghai. Incredible. Some of these deeds are over 600 years old, and all signed by the hand of Mortimer.
I wonder if that's what inspired my mother's attention. How come all these documents have Mortimer's signature on them?
Do you think all these properties really belong to him?
See those fine scratches around the words?
Yes, and?
The ink barely spreads on the paper. It spreads exactly the same way on the signature. The deed was written using the same ink. If it is a fake, then it's a professional job. These documents must be fakes. No man can own that many original works, no matter how rich he is.
Be careful. The Order has tried many times to estimate his personal wealth without ever succeeding.
And look here. Castles in Scotland, vineyards in Italy, districts in Venice. He's richer than some European countries.
These documents are intriguing.
Бомберман
Do
нет,
you
не
really
наш.
think that's what attracted your mother's attention here?
And how do you know my mother was interested in this room?
I didn't know, I just supposed she was. And you just confirmed it. So, do you think she found what she came for?
I don't know. She was obsessed with Mortimer, and I must confess these property deeds are troubling.
If that's the case, why would she have left them?
Ну, вообще,
Once again,
Бомберман,
I don't
он
know.
японский.
We'll have to ask her when we find her. And what's your take?
100 лет ему.
М?
100 лет уж ему этому
Why keep
Бомберман.
such
Это
a
одна из
collection
первых.
hidden in a secret room? Any thoughts?
Mortimer has every reason in the world to conceal it, even if only to keep it from people like us.
Hey, Emily, we're not thieves. We're only looking. I wonder why my mother didn't make it clear what she was interested in here.
She didn't have time to write it down, or maybe she wasn't sure
Red
of what she
Picker.
was looking for.
Or she wanted to protect her discoveries. It's disturbing.
You'll just have to search the rest of the room. Maybe you'll find something.
Ты опять себя плохо ведешь, нет?
Да.
Я разрешил банить.
Fragment of amber.
What is that you found?
A cameo pendant. What's going on?
Nothing.
For crying out loud, Emily, you lunged for that jewel like your life depended on it. Tell me what this is about.
No. We just met, Louis. I like you, but I can't just suddenly open myself up like a book to you.
Listen, Emily. It seems pretty obvious to me that you haven't come here for the sole purpose of sampling Mortimer's cellar. Stop all the clever evasions and just trust me.
And why the hell should I place my trust in you, Louis?
When are you going to understand that I just want to help you?
What do you expect? That I'll fall into your arms and say yes to everything you want?
What are you talking about? I'm only asking you to trust me a little. If only on principle, as a member of the Golden Order, for example.
I'll admit you are fairly reliable.
That's it? I was expecting more.
Well, I'm prepared to trust you when it comes to choosing a French cheese, but I've nothing to gain by confiding in you any further than that.
Nothing to gain? Damn it, Emily! I'm only trying to help you. Stop needing to gain something all the time.
Because you think I need help?
Just like everyone. You have your strengths and your weaknesses. And there's no use pretending otherwise.
Ha! And I bet you found out where I'm weak, haven't you?
Pragmatic, intelligent, sure of herself. Her only weak spot is her difficulty talking about herself. I don't know much about your past, but I'm guessing you had to get by on your own for much of your life. It might have closed you off, and that can be a disadvantage. It might be time for you to open up and risk a little trust. Not every man you meet wants to hurt you.
Yes, you may be right. I might have some weaknesses, but I don't need your help to overcome them. And I'm simply not contemplating collaborating with anyone at this time. Do you understand?
Well, one thing is very clear. You're working for someone. You're the dark hand of someone more powerful. Home, for example. You seem to know each other very well.
Why are we bringing home to the conversation? If you knew me better, you would know that I take orders from no one. I already have a work partner. I know my weaknesses. I don't doubt that your abilities will be of use to me, but I already have all that, thanks to my teammate.
Is there any chance you might tell me who he is?
No, I've already said too much. Consider yourself lucky I've even given you this much. It's extremely rare, believe me.
Come on, don't stop now that you've come this far. You know that eventually I'll end up making you talk.
Well, since no one can resist you, let's see if you can guess who my partner is.
You're a gambler, so your partner
Давайте
is...
как-нибудь по приколу проведем стрим на английском. Будем разговаривать только по-английски.
Your sister. She's your partner. She's the one you're looking for.
Well, I am impressed.
Во времена Пушкина многие по-французски дворяне наши разговаривали лучше, чем по-русски.
Я даже фразу знаю на английском.
Fuck you.
Нет, нет, fuck you это слишком... Оно уж традиционным стало. Вот, например, go fuck yourself, you fucking faggot. Вот это да! Это я прям заучил.
Так мы против Пушкина ничего не имеем. Кстати, говорят, недавно вот читал, что вот самый знаменитый портрет Пушкина, не помню, кто автор, что якобы это он там вообще не похож. В жизни он был другой. А у нас вот именно этот портрет везде распространен. То есть там сделан анализ работ художника, и нигде не похожи люди, которых он рисовал.
She was meant to meet Sir home and bring back the details so we could work out who would follow up.
And there was a problem?
She was supposed to return from Mortimer's 1 week ago. The boat turned up at Plymouth, but alas, no trace of my sister. Instead, a sailor passed me a message from home, notifying me of her sudden disappearance.
So, my mother
Я
and
бы
your
все-таки
sister
предложил
go missing
не
just a few
фильм
days
на
apart.
английском, а
That's
фильм в
strange.
оригинале.
Maybe their disappearances are
Без
related.
титров.
Делали, дважды смотрели.
Ну, там только Терминатор был.
None of this is
Терминатор был, и Хищник был.
By the way, Louis, now that you are in
Сложнее
on the
надо.
secret, you are obliged to keep it to yourself,
Посложнее, говорю, надо.
or you will pay
Сложнее там надо с
very
паузы смотреть.
dearly.
Я пытался
Don't
смотреть,
worry.
но приходится
Your
паузу
secret is
нажимать.
safe with me.
It's time to leave.
Некомфортно.
Я все тут нашла. Нет, не все тут нашла. Что, они меня отсюда выгонят? Ну так нечестно.
Вообще, зеленая миля, в принципе, не такая сложная по части английского. Плюс еще все смотрели. Был опыт в любом случае.
Про Лермонтова мало чего знаю. Единственное, знаю, что вот он нарывался постоянно, как и Пушкин, кстати. Ну и тоже на дуэли был убит, да? И говорят, за дело. Вот эту девку я помню, кстати, вот с подбитым глазом. Где-то ее видел. Возможно, попадал на стрим.
Louis, we need to talk now. Otherwise it'll be too late.
Looks like Elizabeth really needs me, but if I start talking to her, for sure Emily won't wait for me.
Или она похожа на кого-то.
Sorry, Emily, but I can't leave Elizabeth like this.
All right, Elizabeth. How can I help?
Thank you. Come on, follow me. I really need to talk to you, Louis, right now.
Does Lord Mortimer know the mess you've made of your room?
Как это какой-то для этого даже термин есть.
Elizabeth, I don't know if it's about my mother
Не
again,
то,
but
что
I'm
там типа
telling
в
you,
тени
nothing
отца
to be
вырос,
afraid
как
of.
какой-то другой
She didn't
такой.
come here for you.
I
Обидни.
saw her.
Saw who? You saw my mother? When?
Just last night. I went out to walk along the cliff top and I saw her in the distance. She tried to hide right away, but I'm sure it was her.
Я про Лермонтова не помню, но про Пушкина я вот читал недавно статью.
Yes, Louis, I
Человек
know it was
сделал
her.
подборку всех дуэлей Пушкина
In the middle of the night.
и
The exterior
результаты.
of the island isn't exactly well
Там
lit.
дуэлей очень
Listen,
много было
I'm
у него на
telling
самом
you, it
деле.
was her.
А до стрельбы дело дошло там раза 4, что ли. То есть там дуэли, допустим, штук 30, а до стрельбы 3 раза дошло. И вот
No, she was far
Дантес
away.
единственный, кто
I didn't
выстрелил в
make any
него и
noise,
попал.
and then she was gone.
Have you told anyone you've seen her? Sir Holmes? Mortimer?
You don't understand. It's her. She's here.
Yes, I understand.
No, you're not listening. The moment I saw her, I was overcome by spasms. She's here. I'm telling you, it was her. Yes, I need something to calm me down.
No thanks, I'd better not.
Listen, if
Ты
you
о
want
чем,
me to tell
Элайджа?
you everything, you have to drink with me, Louis.
Я про Элайджа.
What I have to say to you is of the
О чем
utmost
речь?
importance.
А, ты про Лермонтова, что ли?
I'll drink with you, but let's go easy on it, okay? I don't know where she gets her rot gut from, but frankly, it's disgusting.
You know, Louis, when I came here, it was in the hope of getting help. I've only just now realized that I've been drawn here into a trap.
А что она татуированная вся, Фанни?
Чё?
Gone to my head.
Она сектант, только что рассказывала о своих родителях, кто они у нее были, про сестру еще рассказывала,
Here,
и
the
вот
condemned's last drink.
как-то так.
Elizabeth, alcohol never solves anything. I'm gonna stop now.
Listen up. You want to know what your mother was capable of, right? You want to know the reason why. Well, you're gonna have to follow me to the
Ну,
bottom of the
Саша,
abyss,
по-моему,
Louis.
там пуляли не
drink
просто потому,
or
что
get out.
шутеров не было, а просто потому, что была такая возможность убить человека безнаказанно. Я уверен, такое же будет и сейчас.
Нет,
Как только
про
скажут,
Пушкина я еще раз, наоборот, там наоборот. Там дуэлей было очень много, но там практически каждая дуэль заканчивалась тем, что там помирились, там извинился, там что там еще. Оба выстрелили в воздух, вот процентов 80 вот так дуэли проходили. Ну, чисто понты. Очередной повод собраться, побухать и пострелять. Так что с убийствами это было очень редко, на самом деле. Там
я ж не договорил.
Ну, договорил.
Да ладно. Там, в принципе, как бы, разреши сейчас такое же, было бы то же самое.
All right, Louis.
То
Then
есть
get the
точно так же
hell
было
out
бы.
of here.
Вот
You're
как ты сказал,
incapable of
80%.
opening your eyes.
Не
So
убили,
beat.
а остальные 20 зато прям
Да, ну там же
на все
смотри,
деньги.
вот там, ну вот один другого оскорбил, да, все, дуэль, там, перчатка у одного секунданта, у другого секунданта. Дуэль начинается, секунданты, ну, парни, может быть, на мировую разойдемся, ну да хорош, ну чё вы. И те такие, ну, пошли пить шампанское. Все. Там они отговаривали, уговаривали, чтобы до стрельбы-то дело не дошло.
Надо было им, по-моему, это на железяках драться, а не стрелять.
Как же кино-то было? Человек с бульвара Капуцинов, что там все бухали, там выйдут на улицу пьяные двое. Или стоп, нет, не человек бульвара Капуцинов, а Лимонадный Джо, по-моему. Двое бухих выйдут, там бах-бах-бах-бах, все мимо. Обнялись, дальше пошли бухать. А потом, значит, там у них этот Лимонадный Джо, он, значит, выпивку все поменял на лимонад. И там чуваки поссорились, вышли на улицу. Такие бах-бах, 2 выстрела, 2 трупа. То есть трезвые люди, меткие люди.
Лимонад убивает.
Вот, точно.
Monsieur de Richet, I am arresting you for the murder of Elizabeth Adams.
What the hell's going on?
Главный герой что-то начинает напоминать, знаешь кого?
Trouble, my young friend.
Этот Монки Айленд, Гайбруш.
Я не играл.
Офигеть, меня еще и обвинили в убийстве.
Так надо, так должно быть по сюжету.
Да черт его знает.
Ну, Саша, знаешь, у нас
Сейчас
это-
можно присесть за убийство вообще-то, как бы. А там человек отстоял свою честь, застрелил, все.
За покушение на убийство можно присесть даже. Ну вот пара последних новостей. Какой-то предприниматель, бизнесмен зарубил депутата с женой. Говорят, палашом. Точно так же 2 врагоносца, 2 куколда, значит. Чуть друг друга не порубили шашкой кавалерийской из-за тетки. Причем мужики-то там старые. Я как новость услышал, думал, там лет по 20, по 30. А нифига, там лет под 50.
Че, все что ли?
Это типа первый...
Глава кончился.
Кстати, в игре, по-моему, 5 глав.
Да,
если
5
правильно помню.
Показали 5.
Короче, доступна только одна глава. Вот.
Дуэли запрещали потом.
Как-то так.
С дуэлями там тоже дело было такое, то что то разрешат, то запретят, то снова разрешат.
Нет, ну в целом игра,
что
конечно,
говорят,
интересная.
Про что хоть играет, хоть в 2 словах? Я пропустил.
Про убийство.
То есть в особняке происходит убийство. Вот этот товарищ у нас детектив,
Да
да?
нет, он
Сейчас.
на самом деле его мать...
Член семьи.
Ты куда пропадаешь, дед?
У него мать интриган тоже в таких обществах крутится,
кто?
а он просто... А ему просто стало интересно, вот мимо проходил, стало интересно, пошел.
Любит Шерлок Холмс.
Ну, типа того. Вот, пошел, в общем, расследовать. Просто тупо ради интереса. Это если прям совсем никуда не вникая.
Во, нашла. Ну, как-то так.
Продолжать будешь? Сегодня, в смысле?
Нет, сегодня точно не буду. А потом, я говорю, бесплатный-то закончился.
Ты же сказал, он не идет.
Ну вот они не написали, что первый эпизод только доступен.
Ну, Малькора, скупи вину, подари Файнс игру. Пускай она пройдет. Сколько она стоит-то?
Да, она стоит-то немного, но это просто игра на один раз. 330 рублей.
Ну, почему на один раз? Можно же сыграть разными персонажами, говорю.
Какими разными? А, ты имеешь в виду оккультист? Да нет, там будет примерно одно
Или
и то
там
же.
сюжет нисколько не изменится?
Там, ну я тебе говорю, это, вот, мне кажется, очень похоже на этот, как его, Зов Ктулху, последний. Где, с одной
Зов Ктулху,
стороны,
который хохлядский-то?
ну, который последний был,
А я не помню,
который
какой
новый.
последний был. Это где в
Неважно.
вышиванке бегает сыщик этот?
Кто бегает?
Нет, там по-другому называлось. Там от третьего лица, который хохлядский, который не хохлядский, но новый, тот от первого лица. Там дают пистолетики пострелять несколько раз. Потом пистолет
Ну,
заканчивается и все.
ну, неудобно. На джойстике не очень удобная игра. Корявенькая, но сюжет хороший. Блэксет. С удовольствием прошу. Так это и было. Консул.
Так, ладно, я стрим останавливаю.